Okay, so I am not starting this video on my, sorry, let me take my hair down. I am not starting this video on my camera because I'm already in bed for the night. I just got back from the Fourth Wing release party, or Iron Flame release party at Barnes & Noble. It is currently 1:20 a.m. I didn't leave Barnes & Noble until like 1. And I had pre-ordered the book on Kindle, so I wasn't actually gonna get the book at the like midnight release party. I was just going to like go with a friend and do the little trivia and stuff. But my book won't get delivered until tomorrow afternoon, and I got back and I just like felt like I wanted to read a few chapters. We'll see how that goes. Will I be able to contain myself? But I got it on Kindle. Did I pay $15 for a Kindle version? Yes, when I already had the other version coming tomorrow or today, but this afternoon in the mail. Yeah, because I want to be able to get up in the morning and read this right away. So, this is it. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. This is going to be a Iron Flame reading vlog, by the way. I completely didn't mention that, but this is going to be full spoilers, everything. So if you have not read Fourth Wing or Iron Flame, this video is not for you. Come back when you've watched it or read it. But I'm so excited. We're about to get started. To my fellow zebras, not all strength is physical. Oh, it has the sections. Okay, I'm gonna read and then I'll update you if something exciting happens or just tomorrow when I'm actually reading. But this is really exciting. I've been looking forward to this for a while. You can see my Fourth Wing sticker. Hey guys, I'm back. It's the next day. I'm obviously on my camera instead of my phone. And I am anxiously awaiting the arrival of my physical copy of Iron Flame. Still, it says that it will be arriving between 2:30 p.m. and 6:30 p.m., which is quite a big range, but I did get it on my Kindle, which I showed you last night. So it's my lunch break from work currently, so I am going to read a little bit while I'm taking my lunch and then finish out my workday and then finally really dive into it this evening when I get the physical copy of the book. I am 10% through. This book is 878 pages based on my Kindle. I'm on page 94. So this is like 200 pages longer than Fourth Wing, which I love. So I'm excited to get into it, but at 10% in, again, spoilers are happening right now. At 10% in, Violet is back up as Gaiath, and Xaden and the other third years that have relics graduated. Xaden got his station. He's like going to the front lines. And the new first years are gonna walk the parapet tomorrow. So there's like 5 days in between graduation and when the first years come. So they just were like, oh, sorry, Kate. Partying, relaxing, whatever. Violet said goodbye to Xaden, and now we are about to meet the new first years, which I'm excited because based on the little like snippet that she released, I don't know when that was, Liam's sister will be crossing the parapet, and I'm really excited to meet her and see what happens with her. So I'm just gonna keep going and I'll update you when I have more news.
1, 2, 3, 4. I wanna give it to you, boy, but there's a voice in my head that keeps telling me not to let you see secrets hidden inside me. I wanna say it to you, girl,
Conscription day.
but the words in my head, they don't string together easily. That's just what you do to me. Love should be given free.
Okay, people are starting to cross the parapet. And we just met someone I think interesting. She's like asking them their names before they cross, and she goes, "Name." I start, but the word dies on my tongue as I stare in shock at the candidate standing far above me. He's taller than Dane, but shorter than Zayden, with a muscular build and strong chin. And though his sandy brown hair is shorter than the last time I saw him, I'd recognize those features, those eyes, anywhere. Cam? What the hell is he doing here? His green eyes flare with surprise, then blink with recognition. Okay, I don't know who this is, but we're about to find out. So, I'm ready for a little love triangle moment, maybe? I don't know, like, it's scary to like the first person that she ends up with in a series because there's so many books left, like what's gonna happen. So I like a little intrigue, someone new, because her and Zayden are on the rocks right now because he's not being fully honest with her. So we'll see what this develops into, but I just had to share.
As freely as we breathe. Love, it's in the air tonight.
The Amazon guy just came and left something at the door. So, but he's still out there, so I'm gonna wait and at least pretend I'm not waiting and listening intently for a package to be delivered. But I am on page 142 in the Kindle, 15%. One of the cadets just tried to kill Violet. I'm gonna say Dane's last name wrong, but I'm gonna say Atos. Ados. And his dad. Dane, I don't love him, but his dad is like bad juju vibes, for sure, bad guy. And his dad, I think, is like Captain Atus. Just tried to have her killed. And now Zayden's there, hoping to tend to her wounds, but don't worry. Violet slayed, she killed him, and things are going good. That's really all I have. I'm gonna go get my book. I'll have, I think, 3 books coming in the mail today. So I'll do a little book haul, but I'm really just excited for Iron Flame. Okay. Here we are with book mail. This is a Christmas book. Along Came Holly by Cody Hall. It's almost Christmas time, so like you have to get these books and read them during this time of year, otherwise you never read them. So, and I've read, this is like an interconnected standalone series, and I've read the other books in this series, so obviously I want to finish that. And then this is my, that was the other books I picked. I got Nightbane, which is the second Lightlark book, which is a fantasy series. I read Lightlark probably around this time last year. And this is the second one, so excited to get into that. Next, I got the new cover of Powerless by Elsie Silver. She redid the covers when she signed with Bloom, and she's like releasing the books again with the new covers. So I bought all the new covers. So that's Powerless. And then finally, here it is. Iron Flame. It's got the black sprayed edges. And I also purchased the black sprayed edges version of Fourth Wing because I have no sprayed edges. It's just plain white. And I wanted it to match, so I got the black sprayed limited edition Fourth Wing. So I'm so excited. I'm gonna go get here's my highlighter and some tabs because I've been highlighting a few things in my Kindle, but obviously I love to do that on a physical book, especially a book like this that I've been highly anticipating. So I'm gonna go get some tabs and I'll be right back. And then I'll dive into the physical copy. Okay, now normally with tabs, I would try and match the color tab I choose to the colors on the cover, but I don't have like red or black, and I do want it to pop against the edges. So I think I'm just gonna pick like I guess I could do gray, like smoke gray. I think that'll look good. So I'm gonna go with this color. And the way I annotate is I just use one color tab, and I tab things that I think are important, that I really like, whatever. I will highlight and underline I'll underline things in pencil and then highlight things that are like I love. And usually a highlight will get a tab, but underline and pencil doesn't necessarily get a tab. It's really just arbitrary for how I'm feeling, but I would say majority of things that I like, I'll just underline with pencil. And then if there's something that's like extra, I think is extra important or that I like a lot, that gives me like tingles, then I'll do a highlight and a tab. Oops. So that's kind of where we are. I busted out my Zaddy's Girl bookmark, and we are gonna go to what page was I on? 142, and see if it's close to the same. One 42. Okay. Not the same page. Oh, what chapter am I on? I don't want to like spoil things for me, but I'm on chapter 10. Okay, that's chapter 11. Here we go. Found it. 142 in my Kindle translates to 91. in this book. So this is how far I'm in. And I'm gonna get started. Let's do it.
It's the renaissance of love tonight. Promise that you'll hold on tight. It's the renaissance of love tonight. Promise that you'll be alright. Looking out of my window, nothing but blue skies and a wind that gently anchors me.
Okay, we have like major bad guy alert. Bearish, horrible. Actually, despise him. He just made Violet like prove how long she could keep using her signet, because Andarna, I have not talked about this, but she like grew up really fast overnight after using her power at the end of fourth thing, and now she's like full grown, or mostly full grown, and she's black. Sorry, this is not straight. And Varish was like, I need to see your dragon, your other dragon had flight training or whatever. And Violet was basically like, no. And because they're still trying to protect Andarna because of like the powers and things. Anyway, so this was him punishing her for that. And it was brutal. I literally despise him. Like the way he talks to her and treats her is sick. So that's what's going on right now. I'm 230 pages in. So I've made some progress. I've been underlining. I've been tabbing some. You can't tell, but I have been. So we're trucking right along. Still sitting here, but chapter 19. I'm 20, almost 30% through.
Then opens up my eyes to see a flower blooming so carelessly, and a sweet little bird that looks for food to feed her family, yet still finds time to jump with glee.
Barish sucks. I hate him.
With each breath that we breathe, it makes us whole inside.
Taryn is a badass. He's literally telling, he said, oh, he's making Barish get on his knees and apologize.
It's the renaissance of love tonight. Promise that she'll be alright.
So Cam is the king's son, which I knew, but I don't think I told you about. And he knows everything about the venom and the wyverns. This is a good twist. I'm only 214 pages in though, like there's still so much to go, and I don't even know where it's going. I have no clues. I have no hints in my mind how this is gonna come together, but I guess that's for Rebecca Yaros to know and me to find out. But it's 6:15, so I'm probably gonna put together something for dinner and then I'll keep reading.
It's the renaissance of love tonight. Promise that she'll be alright. You may think that
Holy shit. Jack Barlow. This can't be real. I'm reading this and watching Dancing with the Stars. Join me in welcoming back your fellow writer, Jack Barlow. Nolan mended him. What the freak is going on? Okay, I don't have my markers with me. My tabs. Because I'm sitting on the couch, I moved. Can you grab my tabs, Emma?
Yeah.
This guy who was dead, who was actually the worst person alive, but then finally was dead. One of the healers just mended him and brought him back to life. I guess he didn't actually die? I don't know, I'm confused. But this is...
Voldemort.
Exactly. Shocking. Okay. I'm gonna keep going and I will give updates when I find out more information about Jack.
You may think that you'll never find the one.
Oh. It's him. It's really him.
But when you open up your mind, you'll find they're with you already, baby.
Okay, also, now we're still in battle brief. We've moved past Jack, apparently, because it wasn't a big deal. Except it is. But 3 Griffs, which are the groups of griffins, attacked Samara, which is where Zayden is. And Mira. Okay. There's a lot happening right now. She's finally opening up to Rhiannon and Sawyer and Rydok. I love their friendship and I was really sad when it was strained because she was keeping so many secrets. But now she's opening up again. So we're doing good. It's almost 9. So that means Dancing with the Stars is almost over. I have voted. And I'm ready to see who goes home. But I'm on page 273, which puts me at, let's see what percent. 43% based on Goodreads. Chapter 30. So not quite 50% through the book. I mean, I won't say I'm going to stop myself when I get 50%, but I definitely want to get to 50% tonight. And also not stay up too late because I have work, like meetings that start at 8 tomorrow. So I need to be up and like ready to have those meetings. Whereas I worked from home today, so I stayed up late last night. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm gonna keep reading and watching Dancing with the Stars. And I will talk to you again tomorrow. So, Jack just saved her life. Interesting.
It's the renaissance of love tonight.
Okay. Cam, aka Prince, is finally having like a moment, I think. They need him for the plan.
Promise that you'll hold on tight. It's the renaissance of love tonight. Promise that you'll be alright.
Bad. things are happening. I thought they were in the clear, but they're not. Or Violet's not. Everyone else probably is. She's been caught.
Hey, baby, this is a story about me and you.
I have this feeling that Dane is going to pull through. I think he has a hidden side to him, and I think we're getting it revealed right now that maybe something good's gonna happen with him. Oh, I don't know. Okay, this is intense. He just read her memories, but he hasn't shared everything, so I'm hoping.
And the beauty that we did pursue.
He is. Oh my God. He killed
and
me.
How you changed my life so beautifully. And how you showed me things I'd never seen. Oh, baby girl, I want to show you how much you mean to me. With this melody, with you our heart is free. With you I sing with ease. With you I count to 3, and I believe y'all may still not know I'm talking about Italy.
You want to know something true? Something real? I love you. I am in love with you. I have been since the night the snow fell in your hair and you kissed me for the first time. I am grateful my life is tied to yours because it means I won't have to face a day without you in it. My heart only beats as long as yours does, and when you die, I'll meet Malik at your side. It's a damned good thing that you love me too, because you're stuck with me in this life and every other that could possibly follow. Zaddy, that is up there with You Have Bewitched Me, body and soul. Like,
I know she changed my life so beautifully. And Italia now.
okay, I'm gonna put this one with a different colored tab, just this once, in bright blue, because it's so good. And I want to be able to find it again. Jeez. How do we move on from this? Part 2 on page 335. Mira's here. Mira's here. So much has happened. Like, honestly, I'm not doing a good job of telling you what's happening. Because, I mean, it's a 800-page book. I'm obviously not going to tell you everything, but it's the riot. Okay, this requires one of these.
Oh, I sing this song to thee, and I do so with ease. I'm thankful, grateful, faithful. I'm joyful, colorful, wonderful. go. Hey. And you made me fall, full of many things, full of you and me.
Oh, I was just talking and I wasn't recording. Great. So this is my afternoon update. I'm on page 490. I'm at like 80%. And the update is the drifts. So all the Griffin riders and the cadets who left Basgaith with Violet and Xaden are all in Tyrandor. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but whatever. Training. So they like are doing like school, but at Ryerson House. So they've all basically become rebels, and they're working with the Griffin riders to help protect innocent civilians from the wyverns and the venom. Violet has been working to build the wards, the same wards that go around Navarre. There's a ward stone in Tyrandor, so she's been trying to figure out how to get the stone activated to like build wards around where they are, and she's close. So that's kind of what's happening. I'm not, again, I think I said this on TikTok actually last night. I updated my TikTok with a halfway update, but I feel like the first like 40% of this book could have been a whole book on its own. And now this second part of the book, where they're not at Basgaith anymore and they're like at Tyrandor, could be another book. Like it feels like it could be two separate books, but it's together. So so much has happened. It's crazy, and it's like, I don't know how this is gonna end. Obviously there's still more books in the series that have yet to come out, so I don't foresee like a good conclusion happening, but like, where are we going from here? Like, obviously they're not going to defeat the venom or the wyverns in this book, but do we end with like her getting the wards up? I feel like I don't know. Also, her and Xaden are now like stronger than ever in their relationship, which I love, but I still am like waiting for something bad to happen to one of them. Which is making me nervous. And also her and Dane are finally kind of mending bridges. They're not friends by like they were before, but they're like working together to try and translate this journal to figure out how to power the wards. Anyway, that's kind of where we are. And that's my like almost there update. We'll see what unfolds. I'm hoping I'll finish this in the next few hours. I still have probably, how many pages is this? A 120 pages left, but I feel like I could finish that in the next hour and a half. So that's what we're doing, and we're feeling good. So I'm gonna keep going.
Full of melodies and harmony. Yeah, I'm so full.
Okay, I feel something important is about to happen, so I'm recording my reaction. Violet found out that Xaden has a second signet, and he's maybe about to tell her what it is, and apparently it's bad. Okay.
So far, I hope you're full. I hope you're full. Ba 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 da ba da da da.
Oh my god, he's a mind reader. He's a mind reader. Oh god.
Bella is blind. One day soon she'll see that when she's feeling alone, she's always got me. It doesn't matter what I say to assure. She craves my happiness and devalues hers. She does not know what love is.
Jack Barlow just showed up again as the actual worst human in this whole book. It's Barish and Jack Barlow.
But yeah, we did that.
Spits at her own image. Bella is not beautiful. She looks at her arm, 6 scars down her wrist. It's then when she questions how it came to this. I used to cherish life and love my own skin. When will I learn to feel the light again? My soul must be polluted. I've been persecuted. I need to care for my own heart. I really love you. Bella, can't you see? Can't you see how very simple it can be? For the love you give yourself is free now. You wanna try it with me? Bella is healed. She once again sees. She faces her reflection and no longer flees. Bella now knows the joy of dancing in rain. She learned to find the hidden beauty in pain. It's got me addicted. The feeling that her love gives. Bella is so beautiful. Bella is so beautiful.
Oh shit.
Are you on the last page?
Yeah.
Are you crying?
No.
Someone just died.
Someone did die, but oh shit. Sorry.
Baby.
Holy shit. I cannot. I have to, one second, mark these things and then gather my thoughts. And then I can talk about this a little bit more. But this is not the ending I was expecting. I mean, I was expecting someone to die. This is worse. This is worse than someone dying. Someone did die, and that was sad. But this is worse. So obviously I just finished, and Zayden became a villain. he channeled from, not from Sigale. He drew power from the earth. And he sold his soul to the devil, basically. Because he thought it was gonna save, he wanted to save Violet. Oh, God. And the thing is, she was trying to power the wards, and she had a moment where she was like, I could understand how someone would turn Venom, that all this power is right here and I could draw from it. But she didn't. But Xaden, he fell for it, and he did. The sage got him. It did. Also, Violet's mom died, which, as much as she was like not really a good character, she loved her children and she sacrificed herself to power the wards and save everyone. She had Sloane, who's a siphon, drain her power to power the ward stone. Oh, also, in Darna, before there was only 6 types of dragon. And Darna is a special 7th kind, and she's one of a kind. She's the only one. And she stayed in her little shell. She was a hatchling until she could bond with Violet. Her scales can change. She's like a camouflage. That's shocking. Lots of shocking things happened. Sawyer lost his leg, but all of them survived. All 4 of our besties survived. Rhiannon, Rydok, Sawyer, and Violet. They survived. I don't know if I even told you they were at Basgaith because they found out the wyverns were gonna go there instead of where they thought they were gonna attack, so they had to go and protect the wardstone, but it was too late because Jack Barlow was a Venom and he destroyed it. So then, of course, the wyverns can cross the wards and they come in, they have a huge battle, and Jacinia and Violet figure out how to fix the ward. Brennan fixes the stone, he mends it, and then Violet tries to imbue it herself, and she's on the edge of burnout when her mom comes in and sacrifices herself and gives all of her power to the wardstone. She dies. I think we've got to be close. This is the end. This is the end of that book. She goes to find Xaden. He looks her in the eye, and they're red rimmed. Benin. And then we got, again, the last chapter of the book was in his point of view, and he goes to see Jack Barlow, and he's like, how do I get rid of this? And Jack's like, you can't. So I do need probably 24 hours to process what I just read. So I'm going to call this quits for the night, and I'll come in tomorrow and give a brief thought on this book, my rating, all that jazz. I don't see it really being anything other than 5 stars, but I do think I need to not give a rating right now. Wait, see how I'm feeling, come back tomorrow with a rating. So I'll see you in the morning. Hey guys, so it's the next day. In honor of finishing this video, I did put back on my Basgaith sweatshirt. And I'm just gonna come on here, give some final thoughts. Obviously, like I said last night, this book is 5 stars. I literally woke up thinking about it this morning and was like, oh my gosh, there's just so much to unpack, and like, I need the other books, but we just don't have them yet. Sorry if this is crooked, I just can't be bothered to fix it, but I'm going to be thinking about this book for a while, and honestly just counting down the days till the next one comes out. I think, as I said yesterday, there was so much content packed into this book. I'm shocked by like how quick moving it was, like all of the, just like all the things that happened. It felt like while they were at Basgaith at the beginning could have been a book, and then them at like in Terrandor at Ryerson House could have been another book, but it was all in one. And don't get me wrong, I loved that. I loved getting all of that content in one book. My thoughts concerning future books. I don't know what's gonna happen with Xaden. I'm thinking there has to be some kind of like, if I want Xaden and Violet to end up together, which I do, they have to have some kind of rift, and I'm thinking that this is going to be that rift. They're gonna have to like take some time apart. He's gonna leave. Obviously he needs to, I don't know, heal himself somehow. And I think there's gonna maybe be like another love interest. I don't know. I would hope that there would be some kind of like love triangle moment where someone else comes in and she's like, oh, but Xaden, you know, but he's like not all there right now. I don't know. Those are all theories. But definitely, I don't know what else to say except for it was really good. You saw all of my reactions real time. So I'm just going to say thank you for watching. I loved reading this book and I loved taking you on the journey. I thought that this was maybe going to be a short video because I was just reading one book in it, but I filmed a lot, I feel like, so I don't think that will be the case. I'm going to try and edit this tomorrow and get it up tomorrow so it can go out as soon as possible. Sorry, the card is full on my camera, so I'm just gonna finish this on my phone. Thank you for watching, and I have some fun videos in the works. Next week, I'm going to devote to trying to get into a new series that has a new book coming out. So I'm gonna try and read the first 2 books of this series next week, in preparation for the 3rd book coming out soon. We'll see if I can read them both in a week. That's gonna be the goal, but obviously you'll be there along with me. So I'm excited to start that journey in the next video. So come back if you want to see that, and like, subscribe, all the things. Bye guys.